up, nerds? Here's Ben, and he's going to give us his 5th place deck profile.
Hi guys, I did pretty well today. Went 8-1 with Yellow Vaccine, 3 Great Angels. Started us off playing 4 Digimons. With the hit to be TK, you really need some consistency of manipulating your security. And this is basically built-in archetype to facilitate what you're trying to, your strategy. Basically, when you attack, you take the top card of your security, add it to your hand, and then you can tuck underneath an Angel, Archangel, or 3 Great Angel, which is essentially most of your deck. At least most of my deck. Most of my cards are Angels or 3 Great Angels. So essentially, it cycles both your ruin a card from security and your adding a card to security effects. So it's just a really good Tama. You just lose out on the draw from Tokamon, but with the amount of manipulation you do in your security, it's well worth. It wouldn't be a Yellow Vaccine without, or this little bread loaf, as Sean likes to call him. It's one of my favorite cards in the game. It's still really good. Start a main, look at your security. You may Digivolve to a level 4 vaccine in it without paying the cost. Free evos are always going to be good. The best part of this card now, though, and probably it's always been, but it's even better now. You get to look at your security, so you know what's there. So you know how you can manipulate your security to have certain cards in it, particularly Dom. You can put a Dom in your security if you need to. But even if it whiffs, with the level 4s I'm playing, you can with the Tama, you can basically, as long as you Digivolve to a level 4 and swing, you can manipulate your security anyway and get back the memory you would have gotten anyway. Best card in the vaccine deck without being a vaccine. Or at least one of them. There's a lot of good cards in this deck. I'm playing 3 Luxmon. This is a really good card. It's an Angel, so it has synergy with the deck there. It's the only Angel I'm playing at the level 3 slot. On play, search the top 3, reveal the top 3, add a Angel or Archangel, and a Digimon with a 3 Great Angel trait. So you can add up to 2 pieces if you see the right pick cards. I usually add 1. I think I had hit max value like maybe twice today. It doesn't happen very often, but it's really good when it does. Inheritable, if you're an Angel, draw 1. Angel, Archangel, or 3 Great Angel. I'm just going to say Angel from now on. Draw a card. I'm taking in 2 Pillowmons. Imperials, really prevalent. You can answer their Imperials very easily with the amount of aces you're playing, or that I'm playing. But you need something to stop them from floating, or they're just going to constantly barrage you with pressure. So dropping a Pillowmon, it turns off their Tamers, turns off their Partition. Just a really good all-around card. Into honestly a bunch of different matchups. Even the matchups is dead, you can still just Digivolve in the back as a rookie. It hurts this deck to an extent, but since you control the Pillowmon, you can kind of turn it off when you need to by attacking or Digivolve on top of it. I'm playing 1-up Salamon. This is another one of my favorite Digimon, but I had to cut space, so I can only make room for 1. And I do not regret playing this one. This one has saved me at least 2 or 3 games today, or yesterday. This is a really good card. A starter main is one of the few ways I can recover from 0 in this deck. Because if you have 3 or fewer, start a main, you can place a Yellow Vaccine for your hand on the top or bottom. And there's a humongous difference in this deck between having 0 security and having 1 security. You kind of can't play this deck without security. Get into our level 4s. I'm playing another one of my favorite Digimon, the Dominimon from BT17. Front end barrier, back end barrier, 5 drop, 4K. Also, when a card is removed from security, gain a memory. So this is just more memory, barrier on itself, and barrier on your stack. So you don't have to worry about pretty much anything in this deck if you can establish this. There's a few things that hurt this deck, but dying by battle is not one of them if you have the Dominimon. Our other level 4s, I'm playing Going back to 3 BT14 Digimons. This card is still really good. It's also another way you can recover in this deck from 0. I think these are my only 2 ways of doing that in this deck, so I have 4 ways of recovering from 0. Basically, when attacking, you blow itself up minus 5k, or blow itself up bottom security your opponent's virus Digimon. Both are really good effects. Also, terrible on the leads, recover as well. Just a really good all-around card. Digivolve 2 on Patamon, and Digivolve 3 on anything else. Another new addition to the deck is going to be the Angemon from EX6. Has barrier on the front end, so you can swing. All these level 4s having barrier on them are really important because it means you can swing with your level 4s and manipulate your security, and you don't have to worry about your stack dying. On the back side, it has the same terrible as the Luxmon to draw a card if you're an angel. Starting to get into the powerhouse of the deck, this card is broken. As I was saying earlier, you put your Dom in your security. The reason why you put Dom in your security is if you digivolve into this, you can digivolve into any angel or 3-day angel in your deck in your security for -2 costs. So essentially, he digivolves for 3 or 4, depending if he's an Angemon or a Dominimon. And afterwards, you pay 2 to digivolve to any of your megas in your deck. So the card is busted and also, if you do recover, you recover a angel from your hand to your security, which sets up your Dom effect. And preferably, the target you want to see is Angel Woman Ace. This card in this deck is really cracked. It's basically your lifeline in the deck. Get back to. I also play one Archive Angemon. It's essentially similar to Magna. You add the top card of your security. You add your top or bottom card. This card is actually really interesting. And you can place an angel on the bottom of your security, and if you do, -5k. -4k, I'm sorry. So it's just another option. It also has both this and the Magna have inheritable blocker to all your angels. The reason why you wanted to play, I've been talking about him a bunch, Dominimon is basically the core of the deck. You want to get to him as fast and as early as you can, and preferably put him beside an Angel Woman. So if your opponent tries to remove any of your angels, Dom has an alternate effect. When one of your Digimon with angels would leave the battle area, by trashing your top security, it doesn't leave. So if you have Dom and Angel Woman and you go to 3 security or lower, essentially Angel Woman's going to recover you back. So they needed to at least try to kill you twice in order to start trashing your security actively. But if you get Dom and then multiple Angel Womans, it gets that much more difficult. And Dom protects her. Basically, it protects like the entire deck for the most part. My deck has less angels than Sean's, but he still gets the job done. Getting into our 3 great angels, I'm playing 1, 2, 3, 4 Trubies and 1 Opani. Truby is amazing in this deck. This is the reason why if you get your Dom established, your opponent is playing a guessing game, like do you have the ace or not. Because essentially, if you have the Angel Woman out and they swing, you can go Truby. Truby plays out a level 4 or lower and minuses 8k, or it increases as your board grows, which I've had some pretty disgusting boards. I've had a board with 4 Trubies on the board this tournament. There's also a really good play against Imperial. They attack, you digivolve into Truby. Truby plays out the Pillowmon. So you can't play by effects, but they can't play by effects. So you minus 8k and their partition does not trigger because they can't play by effects. It's definitely the best 3-grade angel. Not even close, no debating. Once we get Shadow Seraphie though, I'm still have to work on ratios with that. I'm playing 1 Opani Ace. She's not nearly as good as Truby. I've been switching back between her and Seraphie. I think she does a little bit more for the deck. She basically does more for the deck's already doing by minusing 8k by trashing a security on your turn or when digivolving. And these I didn't mention this. These DP minuses with these 3 cards are premium, as me and my friend Josh like to call it, because it lasts until the end of your opponent's turn. So even an immune Magna can't avoid the DP minus. Tyrant on suspends, they're hit by the DP minus. It's really good against decks that can protect themselves during your turn. But what I was saying about Afani, she really doesn't feel all that great. Every time I wish she was something else, but she is another 3-grade Angels, and she does get the job done when you don't have another option. Also, she's 8K just by herself versus Cherubi needing something else to be 4K, and then for each Digimon it increases by 4K. So on baseline, she does more DP minus than Cherubi. I'm playing 2 Ruin mode. This card is also good into Imperial because all their stuff is little. So even if they do force partition, they're going to die to the DP minus, residual DP minus. It's also really good in this deck because you gain. It's a yellow deck, so you can gain a bunch of memory in one turn. So you can essentially double Ruin mode somebody in one turn if you need to. And this is also actually I take it back. I have 6 sources of recovery. If I attack with Ruin mode, I have another chance to recover. Get into our tamers. We're playing yellow, so we're playing 3 TK. Senior security, added security, recover. Been using the same tamer since the game came out. Still really good. TK hit the 1, still a really good card. Even if you don't see it, it doesn't feel that bad. But if you do see it, it's one extra memory every single turn, and it's still really good. I'm gonna play it even at 1. Alright, another one of I'm playing 1 TK in card. This card is for basically on play, start a main, you can get one of your Digimon barriers. So it's another way of giving your Digimon barrier. Your turn when you Digivolve or play an Angel, you essentially can suspend it to gain a memory. So it also gives you extra memory on your turn. Just a really good card. I can unfortunately only pick 1 copy because of how the deck space worked, but it's still a really good card. It's not as much rookies in the format anymore, but this is still really effective against certain matchups. And don't sleep on the extra draw that you get from it to like dig deeper into your deck. Still a really good card, and probably just going to be a staple in the game from now on. And lastly, I'm playing 4 memory boost. I want to find my key pieces as fast as possible. This also gives you memory. It also plays around Imperial, so you don't have to worry about your delays trashing. Also, versus the trainings, you see 4 cards versus 2. And in this deck, you need to see certain Digimon, and you want to see them as quickly as possible. Overall, had a really good tournament. Sean and my friend were making fun of me because I lost round 1 to Hunters, but the player was really good, and he had a really good deck. It's actually a pretty neat deck that a lot of people forgot about. I played the deck, so I know what it did, but he had the answers when he needed them, and he beat me. And after that, I played a bunch of Ancient Gurus, Imperials. I played 1 Agubon and 1 Magna. But pretty much, other than the first match, I didn't drop a single game until my round 9. So I only lost 3 games the entire night. So this deck is it's pretty powerful if you can set up. And once you set the board up, essentially it gets blue decks, red decks, purple decks, and green decks. 4 of the colors of the game, you pretty much have like a immovable wall that they have to work super hard to get through. It's a really good deck, and I hope y'all try it out and have fun with it.